we've got the Washington Wizards facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. With Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you the NBA live on 2K Sports, along with Doris Burke, who will be joining us courtside moments from now. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now Washington's starting group. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Nene down low with Gortat. And it's Pierce in at the small forward. And Wall kicks to Gortat.
Nene, a 6'11 Brazilian big man, strong and quick-footed with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. And for him, as it is the case with a lot of players, it's about health. You know, over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
Well, you talk about Nene's troubles at times staying on the court, Steve. Some say he's unwilling to play through pain.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case. You know, all I know is that when he's healthy, he is one of the most effective big men in the NBA, and he had a terrific run in the playoffs last year, particularly in that Chicago series.
Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. Coach and front office questioning the team's effort level.
Now here's James. He dishes it to Love. Hook shot, and there's the call on Nene.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
And so it's Cleveland with it. Verajao setting the pick for LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Verajao trying to free himself up. Buried from 15 feet out. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
Here's LeBron after Paul Pierce's score. Passes it to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Nene pulls it in.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back.
All with it. He kicks it to Nene. Here's Gortat, and off the glass. That one's good.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Cleveland with the ball. 4-point game. Outside Irving. Verajao with a screen on Wall. Irving attacking. The wide open look for Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Here is Wall. Kicks it to Beal. Back to Wall. Nene setting the pick for Wall. Up off the...
Oh, look out, man!
The rim is shaking. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Now, here is Irving. Now the dish to LeBron. Pierce with the steal. And now running up the court. Pierce pushing it up. The second basket of the game.
Red hot right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Verajao with a screen on Wall. Irving attacking. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall.
Well, last season viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness. His shooting percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They'd like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer.
Now here's Wall. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player will be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie, a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends.
That one misses.
John Wall at 6'4", with a 39-inch vertical leap and long arms to boot, is an elite physical specimen when it comes to the point guard position.
Now here's Pierce, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Misses from short range.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
It's LeBron with the drive. Here's Irving. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
14 seconds on the shot clock. 14.
Pass to Waiters. Feeds to James. From 13, hits the front of the rim and out. And Wall, a blur, guys, in the open court. Perhaps Steve devastating in transition.
Yeah, he's so tough to stop around the rim, even in the half court. But when he gets ahead of steam going, he can get into the lane and then finish with either hand. So, man, he is tough to stop.
Now, here is Irving. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Verjao setting the pick for Irving. This is to James. Here's Waiters. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Wizards leading by 4. All with it, picked up by Love. Here's Gortat, banked in off the glass.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Now, here is Irving. The pass to LeBron. Love with the screen on Pierce. The drive by James. Good.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Wall against Irving. Pulls up. High post. Wall. That's good. Wall's got 7 points in the game.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on it.
James outside. Irving kicks to Waiters. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. From down in the low post, it goes. He has 5. Wizards leading by 4. All with it. He's got 7. Good. Wall's got 9.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And here are the Cavaliers now. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Blatt. We went over the matchups in tonight's game, and when we came to Nene, he told me, now there's a player. You just don't find big men with that kind of body who's that light on his feet. I don't know if it's his soccer background, but the way he moves, it's awfully tough to stay between him and the iron. Guys, that's the goal, but we'll see if they're able to make it happen. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
You don't know me, I'm Paul Howard, he's Paul Holy. First trick on the ramp is the rock and rollie. Keep one on my staff with a new pro chromie. If it please me to mention that I've been bitten, but it forced me to chuckle at the station.
Washington leading now by 6. Wall draws the double. Nene against Love. Put him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Now here's James. Love with the screen on Pierce. Well, wide open look for Love. Good, and the assist goes to James.
I think he just wants to show us that he's got the whole package. The leaner, definitely part of his arsenal.
Wall dishes to Beal. Nene setting the pick for Beal. Back to Wall. In the corner, Gortat with it. Lock at 6. Shot from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And there's the call on Nene. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Anderson Varejao. And it's Marion in for Kevin Love. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Humphries checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Thompson, a screen on Wall. Pass to Waiters. Here's Thompson. Up and in on the layup.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
After a 5-year absence from the playoffs, the Wizards were able to get back into the postseason last year. Big step for the franchise.
And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. No good from Irving. It's tipped. It's stolen by Wall. Pierce with it. He's picked up by James. Pierce, the pass to Humphries. Back to Pierce. To the paint. Here's Wall. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Wall's got 11 points.
And the Wizards certainly turned some heads in their postseason run. A team considered to be an afterthought in the playoffs, but they did as well as any could have hoped for in terms of getting to the second round and pushing the Pacers to 6 games in that round.
Marion kicks to Thompson. No good. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards leading. Wall dishes to Beal. Gortat with the screen for Beal. Left side Pierce. Lots of room. The Cavaliers pull it in. Well, with the Wizards, a good postseason run, taking care of business, beating Chicago in the first round. And then Clark put a scare into the Pacers in the second.
Exactly, Kevin. There was a rumor that some teams were trying to make it where they would face the Wizards in the playoffs, thinking they were weak and an easy opponent. Not sure if those rumors are true, and the Wizards certainly showed they're very formidable and will be good going forward.
Here's Wall, following the basket by LeBron James. And that one's good by Gortat.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now here's James. 6 points for him. Thompson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. LeBron drives in, misses from short range.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And that one's good by Pierce.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
The Cavaliers trail by 8, so timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
Paul Pierce, at one time a franchise talent and elite two-way player, now a self-described role player. He's a heck of a good one, too. A great scorer, shoot, drive, and get to the line.
Miller's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kyrie Irving. The Wizards also changing it up. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Pierce. And Andre Miller has subbed in for John Wall. Here's Dellavedova, covered by Miller. Here's Dellavedova. Miller with a screen on Miller. Shot clock at 6. And here's LeBron outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And it's 9 points for LeBron. And Paul Pierce is always above those elbows.
Yeah, and he's such a good ball handler and so crafty in getting to his spots and able to put the defense on its heels. Not overly athletic. You think about Paul Pierce, he's never one to overwhelm you with athleticism, but man, can he play some basketball.
And here's Miller after LeBron James hitting the three. And he gets the bucket. Miller's got his first points in the play here in the first. Down low, Porter with the steal. Now here is Miller. And there's the feed to Beal. Six to shoot. Out to the right wing. Fires the three. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now a 10-point Wizards lead.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Beal, the pass to Miller. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Blair. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 12.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The three from LeBron. Buried it just in the nick of time.
He sure did. Right on cue. Man, was that major drama. He loved those situations, though.
Well, that was big time. Knew exactly how much time he had left. Squared up and let it fly.
And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The Cavaliers trail by 9, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Wizards 5 right now. Otto Porter and Nene at the forwards. Andre Miller is up there with Bradley Beal. And it's Blair in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clock at 4. Here's Miller. Here's Thompson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Thompson's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Cleveland. Wizards leading by 7. Miller outside. He feeds it to Porter. Nene setting the pick for Porter. He dishes it to Nene. Miller outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, last season was a difficult one for Andre Miller. Blow up between him and the Denver Nuggets coach Brian Shaw after Shaw sat him and cut short his consecutive games played streak, which stood at 239 games. And in that fallout, Miller sat out a month and a half of the season before moving on.
That free throw good from Miller.
Oh my God. Man, Miller ending up with the Wizards at the trade deadline. A big upgrade for them at the backup point guard position. Even at 38 years of age, Miller with that old man game still pretty effective.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Verjau's checked in. Both free throws good for Miller. And you talk about that consecutive game streak for Miller, remarkably durable.
Yeah, you know, he went over a decade without having a missed game due to injury, Kevin. He's got a ground-bound game. That serves you well when you're talking about durability because you're not putting as much pressure on your body from high rising and coming down.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
Pass to Porter. Back to Miller. Verjav's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Porter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team, they were a popular pick before the season to play postseason games, but they still needed some seasoning.
That one is off. And now for Cleveland. They still have the youth to grow, but with LeBron on board, the sky for them is the limit.
As are the expectations.
Waiters, he's checked in for Cleveland. John Wall's checked in for Washington. And he's good on the second.
And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64th, I think, may be the last title.
Ken, you're right on it.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Gortat's checked in for Washington. Pierce comes in for Otto Porter Jr. The Wizards have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Now here is Verjao. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Let's go. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Washington shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. It's Wall with the drive, and it's sent back by Irving. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, you have to admire Dion Waiters' confidence as he feels he's going to be the next great shooting guard, not shy to proclaim himself as the next in line. Waiters saying, I really believe that I'll eventually be the best shooting guard in the NBA. This year I'm going to show a lot of people who doubted me and still doubt me. I'm going to show them. Can't wait to watch, guys.
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this league. Thanks. Here is Verjao following the basket by now Wall. He's got 11. He kicks it to Miller. It's Pierce on the wing. He's guarded by Love. The shot by Nene, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Irving kicks to Miller. Back to Irving, beyond the arc. Verjao dishes to Waiters. Miller outside. Here's Irving, and they convert at last on attempt number 3. And now just a 3-point Wizards lead. And here's Wall. Kicks it to Pierce. Right side Pierce. Stays with it and hits the off-balance shot. Pierce has got 6 points.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Inside, ball's knocked loose. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. I mean, in the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
Now here's Wall. He's got 11. It's Pierce on the wing, covered by Miller. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Pierce. Launches a 3, and good, coming off the assist by Walls. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Waiters with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Pierce, here we go. Miller against Wall. Another one falls for Washington.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 10 from the... Irving against Wall. Waiters gets a wide open look. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And he is still scoreless. It looks like he doesn't even want to be out there.
And he gets the bucket. And it's a 9-point Wizards lead.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Outside Irving. Love with the screen on Wall. Back to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Waiters. Rejected by Pierce.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Nene the pass to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Miller against Miller. Back to Wall. Baseline try. No good. Great D that time from Irving. The Cavaliers trail by 9. And it's Miller penetrating. Over to the left wing. Love wide open. He fires. Miller kicks to Varejao. They need this. Love tips it back in. Love's got 4 points this quarter.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out on the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical. It's been fast. It's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Here's Irving, 11 points in the game. James outside. It's blocked. The kick out to Irving, beyond the arc. That's good. Irving's got 14 points.
Boy, that is just good stuff for him. Nice touch.
Wizards leading by 4. Now here's Wall. He's got 13. The dish to Nene. Stolen by Waiters. Feeds to Irving. Pass to Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
That's good. And that's now 11 points for Nene.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Irving attacking. Dishes it to LeBron. Irving kicks to Waiters. Drills the three-pointer. Waiters got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Irving, super skilled, one of the league's best shooters, and you make a strong case for being the league's most elusive ball handler as well. Seems to get by his man pretty much at will.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. For the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Verejao. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Dion Waiters. And then for Washington, DeJuan Blair. He's checked in for Nene. Porter comes in for Pierce. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Miller. Porter fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And the Wizards lead by 3. And Irving super quick with the ball in his hands. And when he gets to the basket, a master using spin and English to convert.
And Kevin, you know, the story is that growing up, the hoop in his yard had a big part of the backboard broken off on the right side, so he had to learn that spin in English in order to bank it in.
I like that story.
Necessity is the mother of creation.
Here's Beal following the basket by LeBron James. Blair in the post. He's covered by Thompson. Porter dishes to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Wall fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Blair. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
Oh, no good.
DeJuan Blair is undersized at 6'7", playing the power forward spot, but he's wide, he's got great length, and he's extremely active on the offensive glass, and really has a nice knack for finishing inside.
And he sinks the second.
Oh my God.
And for Blair, the question marks have been more at the defensive end of the floor, Steve.
Well, yeah, because it's harder for him, Kevin. He just doesn't have that height. He's got the size and the strength, but not the height. So there's certain matchups that are tough for him. But I think overall, Blair's been able to carve out a nice niche and find a good role for whatever club he's been with.
Here's Beal following the basket by LeBron James. Blair, the screen. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Now here's LeBron. 16 points for him. It's Marion with the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
John Wall is becoming very efficient running the pick and roll. He's got a nice pull-up from the right elbow if the defender decides to sag off or go under the screen, and if they play up on it, he can blow right by him. So because of his finishing ability, that's a tough cover.
That's good from Wall.
Oh my
And
gosh,
Wall
I just
has
got
some
that.
good big men to work with running that pick and roll. Nene, very mobile. Steve, a great finisher.
Yeah, and of course, Marcin Gortat spent a couple of years running the pick and roll with Steve Nash in Phoenix. So, you know, he's had some pointers for Wall, too. All in all, you love to see the chemistry that has developed between all those players.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs, but injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Another shot.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah,
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on John Wall.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer, and your team can jump to the top of the East.
No luck that time either.
Well, LeBron said last season that he just couldn't see leaving the Heat. But I guess he came around the championship foundation in Miami, but some cracks started to show, and now he's back in Cleveland.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And for LeBron, Clark, do you think from a competitive standpoint it might have made sense for him to leave Miami?
I don't know if it was driven by competitive reasons, quite honestly. I mean, with the new luxury tax, it's gotten harder for the Heat to add talent to that superstar core. You know, on the Cavs side, LeBron can command the max and play with some younger up-and-coming players who are a relative bargain on their rookie contracts, but I think it went deeper than that. I think it really was about the pull of Northeastern Ohio being stronger than any other considerations for him in this match.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Outside, Wall. Charity stripe shot. No luck.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Washington out in front. They lead by a bucket. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
Time for the start of quarter number 3.